Discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure, organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing amazing, and karibuni sana to yet another
Karibuni sana
of the Africa Today show. What you on? What you on?
what are you on? What the hell you on?
I'm on a Russian hat. That's what I'm on.
Russian hat, and a belly full of ugali, probably. Who knows?
Nah, I had some fried gizzards and some chicken liver. That was nice.
Oh, liver. Oh, no.
Yeah, chicken liver and the gizzards. They were really, really good. Really nice.
Okay. Were they nice, Shelby?
Yeah, very, very good.
They make you feel like a grown ass woman.
Not really.
Hey,
the other things
who knows?
making people like a grown ass woman, like being a boss, having a job, having a house, having a car too.
Car now, driving around the city, running kids over and shit. But damn, Shilling, give me money. Get out of here, kid. Tell me just run the kid over.
There are more things to make me feel grown, like also some money bringing on my account. It's awesome. It's a good feeling. So, yeah.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Of course you do, but anyway. You guys are doing great. Hope your week has been fantastic. With us and wishing you a beautiful weekend ahead. Karibuni sana to literally today's conversation. We have Mr. Black Hot Fire in the building talking shit. It's exactly.
I'll be on the regular show Saturday and Sunday. I'm home Saturday and Sunday this week.
That's what's up. But how's your week been?
It's been actually pretty fast. I'm over in Texas right now, guys. I'm just leaving Austin. So I'm not gonna make it home till tomorrow because I'm way thousands of miles away. I'm over in Austin, Texas. So I'm gonna be back in Florida. Talking to actually, not to say that, I was like, wow, I just, I've been off the fast food stuff, but I did stop over here. And if you guys in the South, then out up north, there's a certain hamburger. It is not like McDonald's is around the country and globally. It's Whataburger's only in the South. I think also in the West, because I've seen them in Arizona back in the day. I don't think they're in California. They might be. They might be in California, but if you're in the South, Texas, Georgia, southern states. So I went to this Whataburger and to get a Whataburger. What a burger, right? They've been on forever. What a burger, right? So I went to this What a Burger over in Austin, and an elderly gentleman, black guy, stepped up to me. We started talking. And then he knew the old lady working. I said, God damn, she's old. Imagine you working she had to be almost 80 years old, working at Whataburger. That's how bad the economy's become, guys. That's how sad it's become. And it kind of like messed me up because he's old too. He's old as hell too, talking about the heat. Of course, because I'm in Texas. It's the summer, and it is hot, right? Like 95 degrees or something, right? So he said, oh, man, it's hot out there. I can't believe how hot. I said, yeah, you guys live in Texas. He said, you ain't from Texas? I said, actually, my father was born over in Austin, but no, I don't live in Texas. I live in Florida. Oh, it's hot down there, too. I said, yeah, but we got humidity. You guys got like a dry heat. we have like a humid heat, which is actually more oppressive than here. And
Mm.
so and then the old lady came out the back. Oh, whatever his name, I haven't seen in a long time. I was like, what? This old lady's in there making hamburgers or something? Yeah, uh, I mean,
Old, old
I
ladies
go
know
to
old ladies know how to cook. Old people, old women know how to cook.
man, y'all be old people not supposed to be cooking, supposed to be retired and sitting back with their grandkids or something, just taking it easy. He's been working in a hot
You've
ass
been
restaurant,
you've
huh?
been retired doesn't mean you can't cook. Because even if you're retired, you still cook at home. Duh.
That's
So
home. I mean,
uh,
we talking about a job, Joby. Somebody got to get up in the morning and go to a place and cook hamburgers and shit like that. I'm saying.
I feel like personally, based on the passion I have for food or cooking, being honest, I don't know. It depends how old are we talking about, which gap of how old are you. But
She
there,
that lady was like in the mid 70s. I know she was older than 60, older than that. So she was like, I say between 75 to 80. She was old, because
well,
cause I,
that's old.
cause I
I
see,
get
yeah, cause I see him, but she can barely walk back to the kitchen after talking to the gentleman. No, older guy, very respectful, called me sir, and we were talking about some things, and I said, very respectful. She came out talking about, I guess one of their friends had moved to the other side of town or something like that. But I was like, man, and I was just thinking, man, man, I can't be this old and be fucking around no damn what a burger.
it.
Like, man, this terrible, this horrible. So, hey, I got bad action up here. Listen to this stuff. Somebody dead up here. Shit. Hey, how long am I standing in this line? Somebody dead and stinking up here on this road. Look at that. Wow. Man, come on. Hope I got to sit out here for hours while they pick up this dead body out here. Anyway, anyway, anyway. I know. It said they're going to see God soon now. We're out there dead and stinking. Hot too. Woo. Body gonna get
Crazy.
the stank. That body gonna get the stinking quick, Joby.
It's crazy. But shout out to the old lady. You guys go support her business whenever you are around. But before we get
Who?
into
Who
the
business? The old lady?
conversations, yeah.
That's not her business.
Oh,
That's a fast food chain, Joby. It's a fast food chain. So it's like a McDonald's. I'm about to pass. I'm about to take another right there in front of you. It's called What a Burger, and it's right next to this McDonald's right here. But it's not as big as a so imagine McDonald's, but not as big as McDonald's. It's only in the South, right? It's not even up north like where Jibber Jabber's at. There's no Whataburgers up there where Jibber Jabber's at. They're down in the South. So it's a hamburger chain. It's like KFC's a chain of chicken joints everywhere. So it's a chain, but it's not a really big chain. They're only, like I said, they're only in the southern parts of the United States. What the hell are you doing? I'm making all the damn noise. What the hell are you doing? More trying to turn around. We stuck out here. They always got some goopy Mexican doing goopy Mexican shit. You can't turn around out here, man. It's accident. We all stuck. We can't get past the guy. He's in the road, dead and stinking. Shit. What can we do?
does it always have to be dead and stinking? You can always just say
Eh, eh,
dead.
you
Not
ever
already
smell the dead? You ever smell the dead body, Joey?
It's not already stinking. It's been a couple, just
It's
few days.
it's right. It stink. In a couple minutes, it stinks. It's hot out here too. It's in the sun too. It's hot.
Crazy. But anyway, I wanted to play this video
Right.
here. We keep on talking about. I wanted to share this on Wednesday, but I felt like I should share it today, just to make also the Friday a little bit light. This is a video which
Yeah,
shows.
exactly. It's a Friday. That's why we're doing a light topic. It's Friday. Have a little fun. It's light and fun. Exactly.
Yeah, so this video that shows the black fashion that is back in the 70s, the 60s, and which I felt like I should share, and also shows also how women were so feminine. I think we keep on talking about how today in America women are so masculine.
Yeah, they
They are
became masculine. and understand this was a plot to destroy us as a people. And I'm gonna talk about these. Here's all be on YouTube. Just to put this in perspective. This um this weekend I came across two African coons. One African guy lives here in America, coonish as hell. Another African coon that lives in China. Just crazy coon talk. And I was laughing because they were going against Austin Holloman, who's a coon in Kenya, and they were going against that Osei Duke Jackson, what Joey calls the big nose guy, who's another coon. So I called it coon on coon crime. African American coons, African American coons, African American coons, and African coons going back and forth. I had no problem with that. It's that these African coons just got way disrespectful, talking crazy because they're usually coonish, right? About Africa, there's no development. Like Ibram Toure said about these Africans are cowardly. These are two both cowardly morons. And then he had the British cowardly coon in China talking about African culture. Had the nerve to talk about the young man passed away, Nolan Wells. Oh, it's black people going after white people again, trying to blame white people for things that happened. Not understanding, yeah, they did. Ooh, they did stinking there. Not understanding the culture and what you're talking about. Some things you should do, just shut your mouth. I can't talk about what's happening in England concerning black folks, even though I've been to England a couple times. That means I'm not immersed in black English culture as it concerns to white folks and black folks talking, or black folks participation in said culture. So I don't speak on things I'm not privy to. That you Africans seem to be just talking about things you have no knowledge about. And that's why I'm making this video, to shut you up. And hopefully you see, I wish I would put your names in, because you come after me talking crazy, I'm going to break your back. I'm going to break your back. You won't survive me, you two morons. you both of you stupid. Oh my God. But dude with the British accent in China, trying to do an American accent, you sound just as bad as me. But Joe was trying to teach me how to do a South African accent or Jamaican accent. You do an American accent sounds stupid. But I'm gonna let Joe do this first, but I should have put you guys' names in the title, right? Because the British guy, I came to American school. I learned one of the most racist places in America, which is Missouri. He went to Southeast Missouri, which is Cape Girardeau. I went to school in Cape Girardeau College, and the white people were better than me than the black people. You guys don't know Cape Girardeau is where Rush Limbaugh racist ass came from. He wouldn't know that because he's a moron. He wouldn't know that because he's an idiot. That's why he was speaking on the Nolan Wells case. I'm saying, these black people trying to blame white people. He's one of those Simba cats from Kenya. They're apologists for white people because they're cowardly. You can't tell me why Sierra Leone's all messed up and why is his ass sitting his ass in China. Because they run from there, because he won't go back and build Sierra Leone up. It's all raggedy and impoverished. While he sits his ass over in China talking crazy. But I'm laughing because they're going after Austin Holloman goofy butt, who's a coon. And they're going against Osei Duke Jackson, who's a coon. I find it funny because I can't protect either one of these goofy morons because they're both goofy. But they went overboard talking about black Americans while this no good Ghanaian with the fucked up haircut like a bunch of ants in his head. He comb his head. Why you comb your head, dude? Sit up in America talking crazy. I don't even mess with the black folks in America. The white folks, I talk with these white people. They the ones let me in here. They the ones who got me over here. This old coon talk. But anyway, go ahead, Joey.
So let me share this. You learn something today. Actually, let me put a copyright because it's gonna be having some music. So this is for only educational purposes only, and we have the copyright disclaimer under the section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. It's only for educational purposes and entertainment purposes only.
Love me. Phyllis Hyman. I knew, brother, you know Phyllis Hyman? I knew Phyllis Hyman. I knew Phyllis. I told that lady, the son, you know, I love me. I met her. I told the story about how I met Phyllis Hyman in Philadelphia in college, right? I told Lady Divine that, sharing that, right? I said, the funny part, I told them to the story again. So we were outside, and we were outside this restaurant, this area restaurant and other stuff. And this guy, and we were talking, we were young men talking trash and just being loud, right? Because we were young men, college students, right? Laughing. And one guy said, hey, man, you got to get out the way. That's Phyllis Hyman. I said, who the fuck is that? Now, my generation was singing that song. That was back in the 70s. I met her like in 90, 91. And look, when she committed suicide, 92? I met her just before she killed herself. So, he said, hey, man, watch out, that's Phyllis Hyman. And I was all loud when she was there. I said, who the fuck is Phyllis Hyman? I didn't know who the hell that was, right? I said, who the fuck is Phyllis Hyman? Right, like she, you know, he said like she was somebody important. I know she was no music star. I said, who the fuck is Phyllis Hyman? I said, who's that? And the lady said, excuse me, young man, I'm Phyllis Hyman. And I was like, I don't want to be rude in my hair. Like, so who the fuck are you? That was in my head. Right? Like, so who are you? Who's Phyllis Hyman? Am I supposed to know who you are, lady? Am I supposed to know who you are? And so when she said, young man, you're quite rude. I said, rude? Ma'am, I don't know you. I said, I said, man, let me get out. I said, lady, I don't know you. Who are you? Who am I supposed to know you? Who's Phyllis Hyman? Who's that? Lady, I never heard of you in my life. So if you guys remember, because he's back in the 70s, I told you when music came, I started learning about music a little later on about the 70s. You know, that's my mama and them generation. I don't know about that. So like Joe was showing the 70s. Like, who? I said, nah, lady, I never heard of you. So she talked to me. Said, okay, maybe I'd like to introduce you to some of my music. I said, lady, I listen to rap. You're not my genre. I don't want to be rude. I know she was somebody, Joey. I know she was no star.
That's rude. That's rude already. That's rude. When someone offers you to listen to their stuff, you just listen. Okay, a good example is when we have like our TikTok people, fans who tell us, play my music. I'm like, man, I know this music is going to be shitty as hell, but let me just do it.
I didn't say it like that.
I know. So the same thing, you just tell her, okay, and you didn't have to say this is not my genre if that's what you say.
I said, I don't know you. I don't know so I'm gonna let you come over to my house, young man. You got a house, but I want to go over there for. I said, what's going on? What's this old lady talking about? See, remember, I'm 20. I think she's like, I was in her late 30s, early 40s. So, you know when you're young, and that was like 19. To me, 30-something, that's old. That's what old lady talking about. Go to your house. Oh, it ain't got no business at your house. I just want to introduce you to some music. Oh, you want to introduce me to your music? You don't know me. I said, I can be a killer. I said, no, you're not a kid. You're a college kid, ain't you? I said, yeah, I'm in college. Okay. So, that's what I'm saying. I first met her. And I did go. Of course, she lived in a nice, beautiful apartment. She's a millionaire. I didn't know she was rich. I didn't know this lady. I didn't know she was famous. Been on TV, Soul Train, all that kind of. I didn't know who the hell she was. That's when I found. She told me she did that song in School Days a few years before that. I said, oh, that was you in School Days? yeah, did you see Scooby? I said, yeah, I seen Spike Lee movie, right? Yeah, okay, yeah. So I met her one time, that was it. And I never seen her again. And then years later, when I was in Japan, they said she had committed suicide. I was all fucked up. They were like, what? I know it. I told people I know her. I didn't know her, but I met her. And then went over her house. I said, I knew that lady. Stop lying. There you go. I said, I swear to God, I met her outside in the streets in Philly. I swear to God. Hey, I ain't see nobody real big. Ain't like I met saying she Whitney Houston. I met. Get out of here. So that's my thing looking at Phyllis Hyman. So nice lady. I didn't know she was sad. Nice lady. I would never thought she was gonna kill herself in a few years. You know. It said she was lonely and couldn't find love. A lot of women like Joby, they don't want love when they're young. And they get older, hey, no
Hey,
love is coming to them. I'm gonna say
hey,
it.
hey, not my desire. Shit,
They say
man,
she did.
old, young, or not. I don't.
Okay,
I think I have a heart like yours. I think I've gotten to
okay,
the
you get okay.
understand.
You're like me. As
I
rare for a
don't
woman to be
mind.
like me, I give it. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I don't mind being alone. I don't feel like
All
there's a
right.
problem being alone. I
Yeah,
enjoy
I know.
my
I know. I
company.
don't. Me
I
too.
enjoy
I know
my
that's right.
company. Yeah, I enjoy my company. I love doing my stupid shit when I'm alone, especially I can just be by myself, you know.
I
I
got
just
you.
love that.
I
I
got
can
you.
cook anything I
Nothing wrong with
want.
that. I got
Yes.
you. I got you. Nothing wrong. I'm just saying. I
Hmm.
don't think it worked for her, but go ahead, Joe. Donna Summer.
Baby,
Joey,
tell me
I
when you
haven't
want to
seen
go.
Joey. I ain't
The
seen
hell up.
Joey with a Donna Summer when we get a minute.
Yeah, I gave it out. I said I get all those wigs out.
Look out now! Cause I am loved.
Dr. Khan, who was that?
Hello, 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 babes. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, in today's video, we are going to be speaking about the beautiful, iconic women, their femininity, and the fashion in the 70s. So, let's get into it.
I'm pausing, pause
Black
again.
women in the
Pause that. And it was a young Jamaican. Shout out to the Jamaican brother who realized that you guys were never degenerate like this. As those Africans are trying to say, that, oh, you're degenerate, your culture, your culture. Why your culture didn't make you build nothing? So the Jamaican that came in and told the truth that this was a black Americans culture. See the way like I showed you guys, the way we dressed, we were educated, the way we spoke. Shout out to that Jamaican brother for putting the truth out there. We were not we don't come from degenerate people. As you Africans with the culture makes them act this way. But go ahead, Joe.
70s were utterly beautiful, stylish, and exuded class.
Of
I
course
will
it was.
speak
Not
about
no
the
more.
90s and 2000s often here on this channel because I am a 90s baby. I have always been obsessed with the 70s and in particular black women in the 70s. As a child,
But
I
they were
always loved
their
all things
style,
beauty,
they were
fashion, and
classy.
glamour. And the 70s is one of those decades that I always found to be so glamorous. And if you're like me, your mother, aunts, and older cousins always played music and movies from the 70s like Mahogany, Foxy Brown, Sparkle, Coffee, Cleopatra Jones, and more. The black women were stunning, and while you may have been paying attention to the movie and the plot, you weren't able to take your eyes off the women who were playing these characters, like Pam Grier, Tamara Dobson, Diane Carroll, Judy Pace, Brenda Sykes, and more. These women were creating spaces for us as Black women to be heard and seen from music to television, fashion, and beauty. Although there were Black women before who were in those spaces, it was exceptionally hard for Black women to succeed in majority white spaces. This
Of course.
decade was about
Black
way
people
more
control
than
everything.
just fashion and beauty. This was just 2 years after the civil rights movement, where Black people fought to abolish, legalize racial segregation, discrimination, and disenfranchisement in the country. These are the women who fought for the image of Black women to be seen. Now, let's talk about the beauty and fashion of the 70s. What I've
And then that's where they
always
start
found
pausing.
about this
See,
era,
that's you was respectable then. They had to start dirtying you up. Understand? Coming out of your culture, you were respectable as Black people. So this pushed your image around the world globally as respectable Black people. This was dangerous to white power. So eventually they put your culture into the gutter on purpose. They had to have you look a certain way to not be respected. So I can't respect somebody's half naked, talking ebonics and talking crazy and looking crazy, talking about spin that shit, spin that, all that old garbage filth. That ain't where you come from. That was never your culture. The culture's been deranged by outside forces being white. You know, that the these two goopy African Negroes didn't understand this. Go ahead, Joe.
how Black women embraced their natural hair and the blowout styles they wore. I am obsessed with 70s
Exactly.
hair.
Exactly. Remember 70s? Most times they didn't wear no wigs. They would let the hair grow. They would relax it, of course, but that was their hair. All of a sudden in the 80s, you get all these damn fake hair, wigs, and all this old crazy shit. You know, go back to learn how to take care of your hair. Stop putting and spiritually, as African people, you got somebody else's hair on your head. You understand you're transferring their life onto you. You don't know if they were prostitutes. You know what kind of trauma they went through. Everything has vibration. Everything has a vibrational marker to it. Everything. Hair as well. You know what they was doing. And you putting that shit on your head. Not knowing where did this come from. What woman was this on? What kind of trauma did she have? That made you be careful about the food you eat. The cows. Did the cow have trauma? You're eating all that trauma. So it's the same thing, the spiritual thing. Everything has a vibratory marker. So, you know, tell you women that. You don't want to hear that. Shut up, I do what I want to do. All right. But when you lady, you're sick and got tumors, putting that shit on your head. Go ahead, Joe.
The curls, body, and flips, feathered hairstyles, and how it would frame the face. It was like everyone was a walking hair commercial. Diana Ross was the queen.
I have to go peaches with Joby got. That was peaches they showed. that was that peaches lady from Peaches and Herb.
Style you can think of, and I've always had this obsession with Diana Ross, her hair and style as a young child, and I've watched The Wiz more times than I can count.
That coon ass Diana Ross.
And of course, the legendary Michael Jackson.
Don't you carry nothing that might be alone.
The Wiz. He's on down the road.
My mother would put on her music or play her movies. She would always captivate me. She had this beautiful aura, class, and allure to her that always fascinated me.
And a rotten person, and a rotten human being.
Even in her late 70s, not only still looks amazing, but she still gives us looks. Okay, do we not see her at the Renaissance World Tour? Yes, ma'am, Miss Diana Ross. And the hair
She got to be in the 80s by now.
and voluminous. Miss Ross was also an immense fashion icon and still is.
Now, when you were at school, Diana, you were voted, amongst other things, one of the best dressed girls in your class.
For the project.
Obviously, you've carried on the tradition. I mean, do you take great pains about being the best in everything you do?
I like very much to be the best. I think it's expected of me. I expect it of myself.
And is that something that you learned to do, or is it
Now
something?
remember now, Diana Ross calls it. Remember, she's a coon. Diana Ross is an old ass coon now, right? Old fake coon. Remember, you're only gonna be in the limelight of white people unless you're a coon. You know, we didn't understand that back then when she was, you know, the face of black women globally back in the 70s. You know, how she got rid of all her female singers that were around. Remember, she was so dirty, so treacherous, and Diana Ross can't even really sing, but she became one of the biggest singing stars. That's when Patti LaBelle told her, "Hey, shut up! You can't sing. Let me sing that for you." Right? So, but you know, they did make her a star. But she remember that's what that Dreamgirls video, that movie's about. It's about her ass. When you got when they did the remake with Beyonce plays Diana Ross. Because you guys don't know that Dreamgirls about Diana Ross and them. I know that now. That's about the Supremes. That's about Diana Ross and them, and you know, not the whole thing. Partially, right? That you know, that the other guy plays Barry Gordy, and they get rid of all the Supremes to make Diana Ross a star, because Diana Ross wants to get rid of the other girls. I'm the only star. Remember, it started off as the Supremes, and then it became Diana Ross and the Supremes, and then it got rid of the Supremes altogether. You broads, get your ass out of here. Stop Diana Ross. Right. Because that's how it happened. But she connived to get everybody out because she wanted to be the only star, right? So, at that time she was sleeping with Barry Gordy. But then she went to her white Jewish masters. She got these she had these Jewish kids. A son, all her kids, because she wasn't no kids by nobody black. All her kids are mixed, all of them. All of them. The one with the big nose, what's her name? Her daughter, Tracy Ellis Ross. Her daughter looks older than her now. With that big nose.
I guess I'm basically on automatic. I think I have, got inside me what my mom and dad put inside.
Donna Summer was the sultry, sensual woman who was assured of herself and brought this new vibe to the 70s in empowering Black women. We had the beautiful Phyllis Hyman, a powerhouse singer who knew how to captivate people and leave you mesmerized. Miss Diane Carroll, the classy diva who was a triple threat, who was the first Black woman to play a nurse on the TV show Julia. And
the only one that wasn't cool I met was Phyllis Hyman. Phyllis Hyman, but she did marry a white man. So, but she learned, and she's actually radical. So that destroyed my career. She thought when I tried to be pro-Black, I said, once you married to a white dude, because I started studying that because I didn't know who she was before I went over to meet her. I said, once you married to a white dude, are you pro-Black with this white Italian man? Joey would call that rude, but I don't care. I want to know. Go ahead, Joe.
To depict a Black middle-class family in the first since the 1950s sitcom Beulah to star a Black woman. The fashion industry was a way for Black women to show their individuality, wearing crop tops, swing dresses, bell-bottom pants, and of course, the glitz and glam. Colors like peach, mauve, olive green, yellow, pastels, and bright colors were also popular. Women dressed up and were classy and loved bell-bottoms with tight shirts and halter tops.
Exactly, they were classy.
Button-downs, and of course, the glamorous beaded sequin dresses. Black women expressed themselves through their clothing and beauty while also being graceful. It was just a time for Black women to be seen and their beauty to be noticed, and were not just known for playing the role of a slave, but gracing the covers of the magazines, like the beautiful Beverly Johnson, who was the first Black model to appear on the cover of American Vogue.
She's the first Black supermodel.
Beauty. Danielle Luna was the first Black model to appear on the cover of British Vogue in 1966, being recognized as fashion icons like the lovely Miss Diana Ross. Black women were setting the foundation for young women after them to succeed in spaces that weren't always welcoming for them, and dealing with being judged simply for the color of their skin, but made a way for the beauty of the Black woman to be looked at as just that.
What about Lola Falana? I was a kid, everybody was talking about, I was like a 5 and 6, everybody was going crazy. You guys remember Lola Falana? Whatever happened to her ass? Remember you was a kid, that uncle was going crazy? That Lola Falana, man. That Lola Falana's fine. Like, who the hell is Lola Falana? I was like 5, 6 years old. They was always talking about that Lola Falana lady. I said, "What the hell is Lola Falana?" Man, that Lola Falana, man. She can get it. You're around your damn cousin, your uncles, you're a kid. That Lola Falana, she can get it. You're a kid, you know what it's about. She can get what? That Lola Falana can get it. Go ahead, Joey.
Beautiful for a black woman, but just beautiful. These are the women who fought for the women in the industry today to be where they are, which is why I get so frustrated when some newcomers act as though the women before them are old and washed up. That's the past and it doesn't matter. The reason you're able to have a seat at some of these tables is because of the black women who fought for us. Women like Donna Summer revolutionized 20th century music, becoming one of the most defining voices of the 70s and becoming the queen of disco, breaking boundaries and influencing some of the biggest artists today like Madonna
Might as
and
well call that
Kendrick.
shit house
Donna
music.
Summer changed pop music forever.
So we thought we'd just sort of stay in the same vein because people liked erotic music.
You know what you've done? You've caused a whole brand new thing. There are other records on the market that are just blatant copies of your stuff, all of which would remain nameless at the moment. They come to mind immediately. Some of them done by female vocalists, as a matter of fact. Some of them done by male vocalists.
Black women have been the blueprint since the beginning of time and, of course, often overlooked or compared to mediocre bare minimum artists while working 10 times as hard, but being compared to someone who doesn't put in half the amount of work that we do, but get the praise and actually compared to greats because they do the bare minimum and can hold a note or did a little two-step. But black women must spin, leap in the air, sing better than everyone else, be sexy, dance, or make songs only about struggle because that's the only music some people believe black people should make or are only capable of making. Black
Struggle
people
music.
can't make fun songs because it's turned into think pieces, and you must give 110% while your peers still lie and only give lackluster performances. Like when people talk about Beyonce not writing a song, as if that takes away from her talent, and how she'll sing circles around most of your faves while singing and dancing live. Only black women are expected to do everything and more while their peers give nothing but get claps and praise. But I guess when you're mediocre yourself, you relate, and people with talent intimidate
They're all
you.
mediocre.
People have
White women never compare to black women.
obsession with black women, stalk everything black women do, claim they don't like this artist or that one, but want attention and validation from us. Anyways, I've gone off topic, but let's get back to the video. I absolutely love 70s makeup. The voluminous lashes, the cut crease shadow and sparkles. It always enhanced the beauty of women and made their eyes look so big, bright, and beautiful. Some of my favorite 70s fashion moments are Diana Ross and Mahogany. This wardrobe in this movie is sickening. It was everything Diana Ross is, and that is fabulous. The elegant gowns, wardrobe consisted of furs, color chiffon capes, wool hats, chunky belts, elegant gowns, and more. Everything is so current and timeless, and Miss Diana looks good in anything. Marsha McBroom and Beyond the Valley of Dolls, she is just gorgeous, so she looks good in anything. But I love how simple and fun the clothing.
It was horrible. They try to make singers and actresses, and then she did 3 movies. Well, the first movie was decent because that was about they were doing Billie Holiday, Lady Sings the Blues. She was alright in it, but that Mahogany in it, man, it was weird. You look at her acting, that all her roles dropped. She couldn't make no more movies in the 80s.
We lost you. We lost Kid there for a minute as we wait for him to come back.
Was in this movie. There are so many women from this era that were absolutely beautiful, like Shaka Khan, Bernadette Stannis, who played Thelma Evans on Good Times, Cicely Tyson, legendary supermodel Iman. These women were beautiful and had a hand in elevating black women in the industry. Now, I will be doing a part 2 for this video because I want to do outfit breakdowns, beauty regimens, and more from the 70s. And this video would be extremely long if I included all of that. And for some reason, the shorter form videos do better. So I try to keep some videos shorter than others because
Yeah, but what I've learned from this video, what I learned is when you look at this essence of fashion, is exactly what we have today being brought back. But now, see, you know, with our own style. But personally, what I've observed with fashion is that it keeps coming back. You know, it just keeps coming back. With the old fashion keeps being brought back. A good example is personally growing up, I used to see my mom wearing the which today we call palazzos. Them they used to call them hipsters. You know, these flare trousers at the bottom. They are just flare. They look like, you know, hipster. Is it hipsters? Yeah, hipsters. They used to be called hipsters. So I used to judge my
Bell
mom.
bottoms.
Yeah, I used to judge her when I used to see her wearing those kind of clothes. I'm like, what the hell is this, man? I'm not wearing this. I'd rather wear the pipe, you know, because now as I grow up, that's when we have these pipe tights or pipe jeans to be specific. They're coming up. So I'm like,
Mhm.
man, I'm with the pipe. I'd rather go with the pipe. So I'm not wearing a material trouser. I'm not wearing no hipster trouser, jeans or material. I'm not doing none of that. But now that I'm older and looking at now fashion, as time has gone, it's the same thing, but in, you know, it's the same style, but maybe I'd say more, you know, just a
Up
little,
to date.
a little
Up to
bit of a
date.
difference of design. Yeah, like there's so much that we're copying from our older generations that,
I don't know what's
especially in
happening.
fashion essence, yeah. But I see, let me check a few comments literally before we get into our main conversation. I also see we have we have Jiba Jaba, we have Samuel Karibu Sana says kid could have had a sugar mommy. Mm-hmm.
Nah, I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't. I went over there. Nah, I was there. Nah, I went in. Nah, that lady was like, oh, I was like, nah. Like, no way. Nah. And then I was like, nah, you know, nah, hell no.
Jiba Jaba
Uh,
says he had a sugar mama. It was all sex everywhere. Damn, that's crazy. Sugar
you had a
mama.
sugar mama? You had a sugar mama? Jibba jabba?
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
I didn't have no sugar mama. She didn't give me any money, but I did have an older black lady years later when I was in Japan. She was in the Air Force. I didn't know she's in the late 30s. Shit, I didn't know that. And I was, you know, early 20s. And I was trying to talk to her daughter. I thought, like, who's this old lady? Is this your friend? So I was trying to talk to her daughter. And he said, no, this is my mom. So you partying with your mom? I was like, I already felt awkward. What kind of weirdo shit is this? Like, what? And so, mom messed it up for me hooking up with the daughter. Like, nah, you need somebody older. My daughter was like 21. My daughter was like 19, 2 years younger than me. She's like, nah, you need somebody older. Like, older? What are you talking about, old lady? So she never gave me no money, but she did give me a lot of coochie. That shit was crazy. Like, I couldn't take it. I said, no more, man. No more, man. I gotta go. That lady left me dehydrated. You know, when you're young, you're talking shit. I said, old lady, listen, old lady, I'm gonna bury you now. On with that. Okay, come on. So, you know, that lady had me there for hours. I was all dehydrated. I said, no more. No more. You ever told a woman, no more coochie. No more. No more. No more, ma'am. No more. You know, now you get some more fluids back in you. You be okay. I was like, I can't no more. I'm sweating. I can't get in. I can't get it up no more, lady. I'm dehydrated. So she said, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Man, I grabbed my clothes and ran out of that place butt naked, holding my shit. Get out! I gotta get out of here. This lady crazy. This lady gonna kill me. This lady crazy. I'm like, shit. Ain't that much sex in the world? My God, I'm dehydrated, lady. I got to go. Shit. You get some more fluids back in you. No. Get out of here. No more of your coochie. I don't want no more. I'm good. I gotta go. Go ahead, Jovi.
Yeah, but so see on the comments before we get into the conversation, I see we also have Jabba says Judy Pace was my favorite 60s black beauty. I don't know who Judy Pace is. I have to check her out. And also says Samuel says
Jody Pace. Who's that?
Judy Pace. Judy Pace.
I don't know.
And then someone says I saw an interview where Young Miami said that she doesn't want her doing anything. She doesn't want. I think you meant her daughter doing anything. She says she thinks about. Is it her or Cardi? You know.
I know. Cardi B had enough sense to say that. And shout out to Cardi B for telling the truth too. I gotta put that up. I gotta have Joey put it up first. Cardi B gives praise, and they'll go try and say, "One for Black America, she wouldn't be here. The culture's ours. It made everybody rich." Yeah, how about that? So I think Cardi's smart. She's completely opposite of Nicki Minaj. So even when Cardi go broke, people are liking her, sending her a few dollars. Nicki, they want to see you kick rocks and end up in the gutter. Talking crazy.
Then we also have Taka Ribusana. Someone says, okay, let me see. We have first, hey, you have to give up with your Jesus, man. But someone said this is big cheese. Someone said this is big cheese. That was.
I thought about that the other day. I said that big cheese ass. I thought about that like 3 days ago when he said, "Have you found Jesus yet, young lady?"
Hey, big cheese. We know we're not with that shit, please. But I hope you do it, even if it's not you.
Yeah.
But I'll say that I'm trying to be part of the Russian culture because that's a Russian hat. Yeah, I've been wearing the Russian hat for a minute. Let me put my camera straight. You know.
Remember Joey went crazy. Remember Joey went, "Hey, Russian? Who said this is a Russian hat?" Remember Joey done that?
And then says Lola Falana was fine and she suffered from MS Flatter on. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Jibba Jabba.
Wow. Okay.
And then
I was too young. They kept saying I'm fine. Lola Falana's fine. Lola Falana can get it. Okay.
Yeah, we have Tony says this message is from Custard Last Stand, and I want to thank Joby Keith for your work. Keep up the good work. I really enjoy your shows. We appreciate it. And Karibu Sana. Yeah, let's get into the conversation.
Okay.
First, or do you want me to?
Yeah. Play Cardi B's first talking about so Cardi B says she gives thanks for Black Americans.
Black Americans, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay, just a second. Here we go. Huh? Your wife is a Russian, Jibba Jabba? What are you saying?
I don't know. But Jibba Jabba being in Pittsburgh, Jibba Jabba there's a big Russian community around where Jibba lives at. So there's a lot of Slavic people, Russian, Polish, and what's the Jibba Jabba up around Pittsburgh? We got Russians, we got Poland's, Armenians, and all that shit around there, right? So there's a big Slavic community up there where Jibba lives at.
Hey guys, Cardi.
Wow, Cardi B goes live and explains how Black Americans help all cultures. She got deep. Listen to this.
She's been long talking about it. This is not the first time I'm hearing her talk.
For the civil rights movement, if it wasn't for African American people fighting for equality, there wouldn't be opportunities for African Caribbean people, for Latino people, for different type of races, for people that probably have any type of color, period. I am not African American. I'm Afro-Caribbean. My family my ancestors are not from this country. I'm very big, since we're talking about 250 years in America, I'm very big in do not erase African American history from our schools. Slavery wasn't just free labor. Slavery was human torture. Since y'all want to talk about American history, let's talk about the biggest
Hey man,
part
shout
of
out to Cardi
American
B,
history.
man. Speaking truth
Okay?
to power. This is beautiful. She said they trying to erase history, trying to take black people out of history. Black Americans, let's be real. I'm gonna just say this one time. We've been here on this land, respectfully. We've been here. Just know that. We did not come on a slave ship. But anyway, let's not get that deep. Shout out to Cardi B.
Caribbean civil rights movement, if it wasn't for African American people fighting for equality, there wouldn't be opportunities for African Caribbean people, for Latino people, for different type of races, for people that probably have any type of color, period. I am not African American. I'm Afro-Caribbean. My family my ancestors are not from this country. I'm very big, since we're talking about 250 years in America, I'm very big in do not erase African American history from our schools. Slavery wasn't just free labor. Slavery was human torture. Since y'all want to talk about American history,
I mean, I feel like the reason why Caribbeans like me, Caribbeans like my family, and Latinos and Hispanic people, the reason why they could thrive in this country is because Black African Americans fought for everybody to be equal. If it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be no Caribbeans thriving here. They was the ones that fought for this. Yeah. So I'm always gonna be thankful and grateful for that. And it's very important that this is it's important for the history, and it's important to give flowers because somebody wants to erase the history of these schools, but you got to keep these histories alive.
So there's starting to be a little bit of pushback about what Cardi B said about if it were not for Black Americans, Latino and Caribbean communities would not be able to thrive as they are in the United States of America. What she said was fact, and she didn't sit there and try to reframe the truth into some.
No, because they don't want to hear the truth. Because remember, no matter where you at as Black people, you're supposed to be on the bottom. Other people supposed to claim what you did or say you didn't do anything. Just like these and like I said, these two coons I'm talking about. Two African coons, they'll talk about this and say, no, it doesn't exist, as the white man's raping their own country back in Africa. The crazy thing about it, right, is you got an African, we got to fight African coons about our own history. And we understand the other people, like the Latinos, the other people don't want to acknowledge that because they want to feel like they're superior. Because remember, white people have made a bumper class of people globally, white on top, Black on the bottom, and all other races fall in the middle. So what Cardi B said, just speaking out the truth. And they don't like her being so unapologetic with that truth. But it's the truth. They don't want to be unapologetic speaking that. They're supposed to be ambiguous. Oh, we don't know he built the country. We don't know how we got rights. We don't know how other people now get to be over here. We don't know what happened. How they get these other Africans in America? How they get here? No one knows. So like I said, to put a caveat on this, guy. So over the weekend, I never be on YouTube. I'm usually on TikTok. But something came in my feed, as I went on YouTube to look at something to get some updates about the war He was talking about the war that was happening again, right? So came across these two African coons going against these passport bros, right? Talking about the passport bros and blood. See, African coons, there's a jealousy there with these people. I'm not defending Austin Holloman and O'Shea. These are both Uncle Tom coons. You know, that's why I call it African coon, African American coon on coon crime. But the way these Africans were just talking crazy about Black Americans and not understand the history and saying that the culture was debaucherous because what they see today and not understand the history of how it got there, I found it disrespectful. I said, because like I said, I wasn't talking about what happens in England. One was a African coon from Britain, now living in China. But they never live in Ghana, and another Ghanaian coon who now lives over in Texas somewhere. You know, with a fucked up hairline and never goddamn wash his face or comb his hair. It's talking crazy. So, but they talk crazy about Black America. They never are back in their country. They never in their own country, never. But Mars not necessarily own, because you know they can't get a job, they can't make it there. This Mars not Ghana. But they want to critique Black American culture. That's crazy. I'm not talking about what cats do in England. I don't have actually the expertise to talk about what Black people do in England concerning racism and their proximity to whiteness there. That's why you never see me speak on it. Every time I have to refer to General Mosquito. That's out of respect. I can't say, oh, you know, the British blacks do this. This what happens in their culture, because I'm not affiliated with their culture. And it's a problem with a lot of these goofy Africans who haven't fought for shit or done nothing. And shout out to the one Kenyan guy said that. It's the open jealousy they have. Because they've always been running here and there and not fixing up their own country, that they want to critique Black American society and Black American people. And so what I found is they were talking about Austin running scams in Kenya. But he's running scams on Black Americans, not on Kenyans, you know, and also about goofy O'Shea Duke Jackson, you know, talking crazy about Africans in Uganda. But these are already two coons. So you bringing that up, okay, you talking about, I'm going to get you kicked out the country. Hey, you two morons. You don't have any power to get nobody kicked out of nowhere. African countries, first of all, are corrupt. You got any money? You right, because the one British guy said, I wrote a letter to Kenya and asked him to please get Austin Holloman out of the country. And I'm like, what? You wrote a letter? First of all, you wrote a letter to who? Right. And who'd you pay in Kenya to get this man kicked out the country? All right? Who has the power for that? And same thing this moron said about Uganda. You African morons know the countries are corrupt. You sitting on your goofy YouTube channel, no one gives a shit about. It's not going to get nobody kicked out of a country. That's absolute craziness of these morons. They think they're going to get somebody kicked out of a country by writing a letter to somebody in Uganda or Kenya. It's absolutely absurd. It's crazy coon babble. African coon babble. So I just found it funny. But they didn't want to go after the white, so they wanted to focus on these two. But not really doing any crime, but they want to focus on the white people who do it. See, that's how these coons do. Because they all were talking about how they love white people. Oh, white man is better in Africa. The British coon and this other Ghanaian coon in America. The white people do better. They did us better. And they've been colonized, raped, beat. They're the ones why their countries are impoverished. They always got the white man's penis in their mouth. Instead of you focusing on these two morons, why don't you focus on the white people putting out poverty porn ever in Africa? They never focus on real white people because the African man is a coward. He's a bona fide coward. You won't talk about did you talk about the white man who's putting AIDS in Kenya? Did you talk about them? Hopefully said we're putting AIDS in these people, or the ones in Ghana. Did you talk about them? Of course you did. Of course you did. Of course you're not going to do that. That's the white man. So I just wanted to, I know you guys don't talk about. It's a goofy Negro. They got a bunch of spiders in his head. He don't comb his head. Ain't not a cuckoo. He lives somewhere in Texas where I'm at. I think he's somewhere outside Dallas. And the British, Sierra Leone Moron, his name is Seki or Sheki, some goofy name. But he's already in China, right? And I'm not going to talk about the Chinese, what they do about the racism there. I know you're not going to talk about the racism there because they'll put you out the country, for real. Talk about the African dolls that they're beating up over there in China. You won't talk about that because they send your ass back to England, and England want to send you back to Sierra Leone. You don't want to go back to your country. And this other moron don't want to go back to Ghana. Right? But you ain't built shit there. So I guess Goopy Austin Holloman has been running scams on his own people. Because the YouTube money is drying up, right? I told you YouTube's starting to cut people off their money, right? So in Kenya, you got to have money. And so now he's got this Namibian young lady with money, ain't making no money, ain't making enough money to really sustain his life. He can't go traveling and talk about insignificant stuff. Nobody wants to, it's oversaturated with people walking around holding a camera, talking about I'm over in South Africa, I'm over in Thailand, I'm over in Australia. People getting tired of watching that shit. So these channels, I heard all these travel guys all crying about their money. So now they've all, running scams, buy my book, did my consultation to teach you how to go to this country. All kind of goofy money making scams, right? That you buy my book. So Austin is running some kind of, come talk to me, I'll teach you how to live in Kenya. What? This goofy motherfucker been in Kenya 2 years. Who are you going to teach to live in Kenya, moron? So I will give him credit to Africans for calling them out on that. We're going to come to you to learn about how to go to Kenya. And if you guys want to learn about Kenya, go for yourself. I used to teach how to go for free. You go to a country, you learn for yourself. You don't pay nobody no money. So they were talking about that grip. And I agree with that. That is a grip, right? But they were trying to say all black Americans are effed up like this, the culture. But what's the culture, you two morons, when your country's all fucked up? I told you, Africans, don't talk about your culture no more to me. It's like these goofy Haitians that got to go back to Haiti. It's all fucked up. They was on there talking about their culture, and they're all crying. You guys see the videos of these Haitians back in Haiti crying? It's your culture. Get back home with your people. Get back in your culture. What you said is great. Your culture's always great till you got to live in the shit. You goofy Africans want to tell us about your culture. You goofy Haitians want to tell me about your culture. But you don't want to go home to your culture. It don't make any sense. They sound crazy. You guys got to really stop saying about your goofy cultures. My culture. But you never want to go home to your culture. Never. It's crazy. It's crazy talk. But so that's what I seen. Actually, let me play some of these videos. I'll get that one. Just play the video I showed you. So we run out of time. Did I lose Joby? Joby still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm saying just a second. I do it myself. Just a second. Let me cue that. Just in a second.
Yeah. Where's my sense? Understand? Because even white people know how treacherous and heinous they are. I'm going to talk about Africa. What value? Who you hire in Africa? What businesses you build for people in Africa? You two goopy coons. I should have put your name in it. Shaky over in China. Where you building that in Ghana? Where you building that over in Sierra Leone? Oh, I know it's nothing. Nothing.
So I start with the first one, or I start with the.
What you gonna kick? Start with the first one I sent you.
Okay.
The last one is funny. Last one just real funny. Because I wanted to share that last one as comic relief. Huh? What you say, Joby?
I'm saying I'm relating to that lady because she's been going viral. The one, you are patient. I'm a what? She said, I'm a patient. There's something she said. You're a patient.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she didn't know. Yeah, you guys see the video. Okay, Joby, yeah. They're trying because the lady's so crazy talking. I'm gonna let Joby play this. Okay, now let's go to the last one first, then, Joby. Since we talked about it, right? I'm gonna try to play it a couple times so you guys understand. So I was on some show, and you could tell the lady was once a drug addict. Her face, her teeth are missing. So the guy, because she's talking crazy bonics, the guy is asking, "Are you a patient? You know, are you a patient at like some insane asylum or something wrong with you? A drug addict patient?" So she's so bad she can't understand that he's not calling her a baser. If you know what base is, base is when people make crack. It's called a freebase, right? So they would call them basers. But they would make crack, you take the cocaine. You take the cocaine and you rock it up, right? So that was called freebasing. So they would ask her, but exactly. But he asked her, "Is she a patient?" He said, "What? Am I what? Are you a patient? What am I? What? Are you a patient? Am I a baser?"
It's been going viral, crazy.
Yeah. So he's laughing because she misunderstood. He asked her, "Was she a patient?" She asked, "What? Am I a baser? Am I a baser? I ain't smoked crack in 5 years." So if he was asking, "Was she a patient?" she kept misunderstanding. Asked, "When you say, am I a baser?" Okay. I'm gonna try to play it twice so you guys understand it.
Are you a patient? And I'm a patient.
And
I'm a baser. They call me a baser. Nigga, I ain't smoked crack. That shit ain't funny. Nigga, I ain't smoked crack in 5 years. The fuck you found?
The first time I saw this video, it was so funny. I swear, this was the craziest video I think.
This video had me in tears. I'm gonna try to play it again. This video had me in tears.
Me too. I laughed crazy the first time I saw it.
Give me what? Patient?
I'm a
what? Are you a patient?
I'm a
and I'm a who? A patient.
I'm
a baser. They call me a baser. Nigga, I ain't smoked crack. That shit ain't funny. Nigga, I ain't smoked crack in 5 years. The fuck you found?
Yeah, that was so funny. Yeah, some people have been making
one more time, Joey. One more time. Are you a patient? Yo, like,
patient?
Wait.
Are you a patient?
No, Joe, wait. You don't call me on this. Are you a patient? Because obviously, in that video, the show they having, she was obviously talking crazy. So he said, "Are you a patient? What? Are you a patient? Am I who? Are you a patient? Am I a baser? Go ahead, Josh.
Nigga, I ain't smoked crack in 5 years.
A patient. Give me water, please. A patient?
What?
Are you a patient?
And I'm who?
A patient.
And I'm a baser. They call me a baser. Nigga, I ain't smoked crack. That shit ain't funny. Nigga, I ain't smoked crack in 5 years. The fuck you found?
Yes, that's crazy, man. That's super crazy. But let me share.
Yeah, good. That shit ain't me. Are you a patient? Huh? Are you a patient? What? Are you a patient? Am I a baser? How'd you get baser out of are you a patient? But good.
Would definitely distrust you. Based upon, again, centuries of horror and misery at the hands of people who look like you and who come from where you come from. And if you're honest, and if you're truly not like the rest of your people, then you would know that. And you would not try for 1 second, you would not try to make anyone doubt themselves for distrusting you and distrusting your nation, just on the basis of your microscopic innocence amidst that ocean of guilt. You understand me? Any intelligent person at all would definitely distrust you. Based upon, again, centuries of horror and misery at the hands of people who look like you and who come from where you come from. And if you're honest, and if you're truly not like the rest of your people, then you would know that. And you would not try for 1 second, you would not try to make anyone doubt themselves for distrusting you and distrusting your nation, just on the basis of your microscopic innocence amidst that ocean of guilt. You understand me?
Yeah, so we have also this one. That's the first.
Let me tell y'all something. I've been around a race. I went to this rodeo, and I was the only black girl there. Big time guy, all the Mexican girls knew me. He came up and asked me for my phone number. And the people I went with and all the Mexican girls got in the huddle. I was going to buy me some chitlins because they was putting them on the grill.
Chitlins.
When I got back,
Chitlins,
one of the Mexican girls
big guts.
I say, hey, you can't talk to him. Did he give you his number? But they didn't know I had these hands. So I said, yeah, I did. But I waited till we went on another trip together in a car. And baby, I dogged them out and let them know. We get to Austin, try that with me again. You're going to catch these hands. So with that little black...
Yeah, country as hell, boy. Is that a Southern Texas accent she got? Catch these hands. I told him, baby. She got a deep home Southern accent. Go ahead, Joe.
Black boy on that boat. I'm going to tell you what happened. What happened was one of them snow bunnies choosed him. And one of them YT boys was liking that girl. And so they got into it. And they drowned that boy. That boy could swim. He didn't have on no life jacket. He was athletic. He had a future. But they were so jealous that all three of them took him out. That's what an argument come on the boat. See, they don't like. It's still like the slavery. They don't like when they YT girls and one of the most popular YT girls choose a black boy. But see, he was so cut up and in sports, he had it going on. And you know, their mama teach them at a young age, get you a black football player. Get to the mayan. But I'm going to tell you, that's the same as pimping. They mamas pimped them out. But I'm going to tell you, them YT boys who jumped off that boat.
We've been having some Kenyan girls. I'm going to send that video. They've been doing the Black American accents. It's just so funny. Like from different, I think, states. It's so crazy funny.
One of them white boys jumped in, then another boy jumped in, another boy jumped in and held his legs. and drowned him in that water. His phone was on that boat and they forgot. And it was like, his mama probably had, where you keep up with your kids on the phone, where you know what it is, you share their location. So they had to get that phone back to his mama. How you gonna know? And you say, I don't know where he's at. You know he was under that water. But God washed him up. And then, my mama judged, let's get our story together. But they didn't do it for Carmela Anthony. Let me tell you another thing. With the YT girls and a boy playing sport and got a future, they mama tell them it's okay to talk to them. But that girl seen that he was so cute and he was fine, she wanted him. And he had it going on. So they don't look at you like you're a poor black boy. And see how things happen was they pushed that boy off that boat. And one of them YT boys jumped in because they've been going to the lake. They've been swimming. You know what I'm saying? Held his legs down. Another one held him down. And another one held him down. They drowned. But they forgot about that phone. So they had to turn that phone in. They know what they did. Oh, my mama judged. Let's clean up the story. Probably called their mama and told her what happened. And she gave them the lick on how to clean up that story. How you not going to know where he is? But you knew he was under that water, but God washed him up to that shore. So y'all, they did it to Carmela Anthony. They need to do it to y'all. Don't make no difference, baby. And let Carmela Anthony out of jail because they attacked him. But when they attack us, they get off. And that's why they was arguing on that boat. Because one of them YT boys had already been dating that girl and liked that girl. But she chose the black boy. So they went to Oregon on their boat. They've been drinking and smoking and all of that stuff. So when one did it, which was the leader, the other followers gonna follow him. Y'all need to go to jail. Now, this my theory. Allegedly, it don't take a rocket scientist to find out what happened. I'm telling y'all this stuff. Man, it don't take a rocket scientist to find out what happened. So why was they arguing? Put that down. Okay, why you over here chilling with the girl I like? Put that down. Oh, they done made a plot. Oh, since he think he big shot, he ain't leaving his island.
Yeah, so we're losing Keith every time. I don't know why we're losing him, but I'm gonna share the third one. Yeah, I'm gonna share the third one.
Hey y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood therapist again. In this clip that I'm about to show y'all, they removed her video from TikTok, but I want y'all to listen to what this woman has to say because I didn't think about it at all until she said it. And if you watch this short 30-second clip, it's a little bit longer of a video, but I only need you to see the first 30 seconds. You will know why it was removed.
The more I learn about the Nolan Walls case, the more I'm convinced that it was a clan initiation ritual. One kid's parent is a judge, another kid's parent is a lawyer, and another kid's parent works in the jail. Happens in Mississippi on the 250th anniversary of our country, not to mention all the black people that have been found hanging from trees and the big group of white masked men marching on the Capitol. This is all clan activity. The racism in this country disgusts me, and it's a big reason why I'm no contact with most of my family. I don't talk about it on here, but I have a black brother, and my mother raised him to believe that racism isn't real.
So what's interesting here is a few things. One, she is very clear in what she's saying. She believes that this situation with Nolan Wells was clan activity, was a clan initiation ritual. And I'm inclined to believe her. She's from around that way somewhere. She knows all about sailing. She's a sailor. She does boats. She knows about the rules of the sea. And more interestingly, she's gone no contact with her family because they're racist, even though she clearly has an adopted black brother. See, this is why we kind of look leery when white families adopt black children. White families who aren't willing to do anti-racism work and aren't willing to get into that.
You're back, finally. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back. Then it's all fucked up over in Texas. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, so this is the third video.
Culture and teach them who they are.
Okay.
Because if you are white and you have a black child and you are teaching them that race doesn't exist, you're teaching them to be colorblind when they're clearly of color, they're black, you're the harm. You are causing your own child harm.
You know, that, you shouldn't have them raising no black kids. So we had a damn group of white family, you know, and whenever they do raise them, they always raise them as a coon. Always, if they survive, right, they're always a coon. And either they survive their coon or they end up with some kind of fatal accident happen to their ass. They drove them off the cliff. Remember that years ago? And a whole bunch of black talking all crazy online. Some crazy stuff. That's a lie. They can adopt no black children. Go ahead, Joker.
Yeah, I was to say, to relate to this video, you're breaking a little bit still. To relate to this video she's talking about, I'm gonna switch just a little bit and then we go back to it. There's this video that went viral, or that's been going viral, of this black kid. The parent posted this video. Literally, he says that today my son had the first encounter with the police in Williamsport, and they said he looked suspicious because he had a hoodie on, and of course the whole post was very long.
Just walking. He was walking down the street. Yeah. He was just walking down the street.
Yeah, so the dad was saying that he's glad that he has taught the son how to handle these kind of encounters rather than trying to, act tough and all that, and understanding the system or race we're dealing with. And the end of his statement was, I'd rather protect him, tell him the truth rather than lie to him and regret later. So this was the video. I think most of you have seen it.
You're going to get hit by a car here. You're going to get hit by a car here. Stop. Stop. I'm asking you to stop. I'm asking you to stop. I'm doing a traffic stop on you. You walked across the road in front of a car.
Yeah, and he was arrested later on. This is just super crazy, man. This is just, man, shit. Hey, man, I'm glad I'm in Africa for real. I can punch someone for real. Shit.
We get the details of this case, being that the 3 white boys who were on the boat with them, they have parents who are judges, lawyers, doctor, I think. The judge, though, the one who has a mother that is a judge, she's made a statement. And she said, he volunteered to stay on an island, ma'am, with no phone, shirtless. He left all of his stuff on the boat that he came on, but volunteered to stay and go back on another boat. Everything y'all are saying, making these statements, is making it look worse. It's making you look worse. It's making your children look like they know something, did something, or at the very Then, allegedly, the girl he was talking to has been contacted and is talking. And her story doesn't align. And she flat out said the boys he was with are lying. Because see, what they did was they said that the last known person they saw him with was that girl, which then puts the onus on her as far as what happened to him, which means now she can be blamed. Because some people were like, why would she get a lawyer if she didn't do anything? Because those boys literally want to put the blame on her. So I would have got a lawyer if I were her too. If I were her mama, you're damn right I would have got a lawyer. But she said they're lying. She is talking. So hopefully this all look suspicious enough for them to actually do a thorough investigation. And good news, Nolan Wells' family, they have hired attorney Ben Crump and Associates. And Ben Crump is not going to let this rest if it's not thoroughly investigated. And Ben Crump did the one thing that people were asking, which was to move that body to have an independent autopsy conducted. Mississippi conducted their own autopsy. Ben Crump is taking that body to D.C. for an autopsy, as he should. Because I don't know if y'all know it or not, but the first thing I'm going to try to speculate, this is what this Judge Ashley said, is that he was somehow intoxicated. Because, see, she's trying to say he left with another group of friends. The boys are saying he left with another group of friends who are known to dabble in substances. So they're already trying to make it seem like
it's already lying. Yeah, they're trying to dirty him up. But okay, then why did the other group of boys say he was missing? No one said he was missing. So his parents said he didn't come home. None of you guys said he was missing. What kind of friends is this? You leave somebody out there on an island in the middle of the ocean? What are you talking about? His stories don't even add up. So, you know, these are lies. These are just lies, you know. And then another thing, we also found out that his phone messages were all deleted. He didn't delete them. How's his phone? Because you guys forgot he had his phone on the boat. You go, oh shit, his phone's there. Yeah. And they get the phone, and all his text messages are all deleted. Just like your forms are all deleted. Isn't that strange? All your text messages, you're not gonna have a good time. Let me read my text messages. Yeah. Good, Joby.
Drugs or took drugs under the influence and he drowned because he was high or he was drunk. Meanwhile, they were drinking on their boat. That picture that they put out of the 4 boys, him and the 3 other boys, it was edited to edit out the beers that they were holding. They were drinking for sure, the other boys. Now, that doesn't mean Nolan wasn't drinking. He might have been too, but the point is, they were all drinking.
They're all underage.
But they're going to make it seem like
all
he
underage.
took some other drug, and that's how he died.
I don't
And that's how he
want.
possibly drowned. Then it doesn't make sense to say he volunteered to stay on a remote piece of an island 10 miles from the main
Exactly.
shore with no guaranteed way back.
Sure.
Y'all swear he had a way back, but you left him there. In sea language, I found out that that's something called marooning, when you leave someone stranded with no food, no water, and no form of communication, because he left his phone, voluntarily left his phone. So I'm going to say I got another way back, but not get my phone. Nothing y'all are saying is making sense. And like that woman said, this is Klan activity. You are not about to make anybody in America believe that all of these hangings are suicide and all of these Black people ending up dead surrounded by white people are just flukes. I believe that woman. A white woman saying that this is a Klan initiation ritual sounds right enough to me. But the problem is, it'll be hard to pinpoint to that, because you know why? Do y'all remember To Kill a Mockingbird, the movie? I know the book exists too. I read the book in school, but the movie with Samuel L. Jackson. You remember at the end when the case was over and Samuel L. Jackson had won and wasn't found guilty of killing all those white people?
You got the wrong movie. That's not the Kill a Mockingbird, lady. You got the wrong movie. Samuel Jackson was in that movie, little kid. Time to Kill. It was called A Time to Kill. That came out like in '96. It wasn't To Kill a Mockingbird, lady. It was called A Time to Kill. Samuel Jackson killed those people that raped his girls or something. To Kill a Mockingbird. Nah, wrong movie. A Time to Kill. Go ahead, Joe.
Armed his daughter. Remember when the Black sheriff pushed the white cop over to the other Klan members and said, you belong over there with them? That's why this case will be so hard, because I don't think y'all fully understand that the Klan, it's not just these
Klan never disappeared.
uneducated, illiterate, redneckish white people that y'all think. No.
The judge,
Klan members are
lawyers.
judges.
That's right.
Clan members are sheriffs, police. Clan members are doctors. Clan members are lawyers. Clan members are politicians. Clan members are FBI members. The Klan exists in all of those spaces still.
Yep.
That's
FBI,
why they wear
CIA.
hoods, so that you couldn't tell who they were, so that they can walk through life daily doing their daily jobs and seeming like okay, safe people, when in fact
Right, who
they
fixed
were
this hood?
raging racist, lynching
My wife. My wife fixed his hood. Your wife can't show worth a shit.
be real hard to prove this, but I still say what that woman said. But they keep removing her video. They removed it. They totally took it down.
Of course they took it down.
However, we've already seen it. She's already put it in our minds that this looks like a Klan ritual, and it sounds like she know what she talking about. So yeah, I want y'all to understand that in no way is this the fault of Nolan Wells, because he trusted people that he's been in school with all his life. In no way is it his fault. I understand that we feel like Black people should know better than to be in all white spaces. I got it, y'all. I get it. I understand. But we are not putting this fault of their hate on him. You should be able to trust people, even though we know that we can't. Y'all have a beautiful, wonderful rest of y'all evening, and I will holler at y'all later.
Yeah, so that is the third video. Let's cue the fourth one. I think I should have it here. Okay.
Yes, it's for the coons that don't understand Black American culture from the country that you live in. Well, you got the British guy in China. They're trying to blame white people for the tragedy of the Black kids. Because you understand the culture of America, you fucking moron. And you shouldn't open your mouth because you're not draped in the culture. Just because you went to college here doesn't mean you understand the culture that this country comes out of. Just shut your damn mouth and don't speak of it because you're not qualified to do so, you British moron.
Sorry. Okay, here we have it.
No sound, Joby. Let them the sound. They released the sound on already? Yeah. They take the sound off it already?
No.
Him trying to explain. Him trying to explain what we've been saying about rap, who supported it, how it becomes so big, the powers that be, how it becomes so dysfunctional, the powers that be maneuver this culture to be as ratchet and debaucherous as you see now. See? If you goofy Africans understood American culture, understand that. You know what? You guys always try to blame the white man because the white man's the one's doing it. It's like you're too scared to blame the white man for the ones fucking up your country. He's the one doing it. If you're too busy worshiping the white man with the dirty robe, walking on water with fucked up feet.
CIA funded the rap music explosion.
Yeah,
and now that the
no.
USAID funds got cut, for the first time in 30 years, not a single rap song has made it to the top 40. Wow. 2 years in a row. Think about that for a second. And I want to take you back to the late 80s and early 90s when rock was everywhere.
You say rock.
Remember glam rock, arena rock, all the great
that
lyrics.
rock was yours.
Everybody-
That was all the great lyrics. That rock sucked because black people left it alone, gave it to you. So you didn't create rock either. We created that. Go ahead, Joe.
Then almost overnight it was gone, and rap exploded with like MTV Raps and all that, right? And everyone just said, well, you know, I guess that's the culture. That's what people want now. That's the market, that we can make money. But here's what we didn't know back then. The CIA had been in the music business since the Cold War. We know they're in the movie business.
Just like the
It's
movie
declassified
business.
now, so we can actually look into it. You can look it up. Ben Swan reported on this, and I thought it was fascinating that someone finally picked up on it. So back in the Cold War, the CIA was paying to send Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald, Dizzy Gillespie all around the world because he needed the world to see America as a tolerant place. Don't get me wrong, those are three of the greatest musicians who ever lived, in my opinion. I mean, their music was real, the talent was real, but the State Department, they were cutting the checks. Crazy. So when Mike Pence, the former State Department official, you probably know him, came out and said USAID was funding rap artists in 14 countries as recently as 2024 and training them how to get young people into the streets, you got to go back and ask yourself, if they're doing this in 24, what
To
exactly?
get young people all messed up, to make the culture debaucherous, have black women half naked talking crazy, black dudes can't put a sentence together with shit all in their mouth and the bling bling all around their neck looking all crazy and retarded. That's how it was done, you goopy moronic Africans. That was not culture. That's white people, the white cats with the hats who created the CIA, maneuvering the culture to be debaucherous and to destroy you from within. Because art imitates life, and now life imitates art. You got your kids listening to this, filth, looking at these horrible ass videos, and they mimic what they see. That's life mimicking art, making black people debaucherous and a filthy people. That's what happened. It's not the natural scheme of things. Black to start becoming debaucherous, and people can't talk, lollipop, and having shit all in their fucking face, all these tattoos. And let me tell you morons who too late got these tattoos all over your body. Think you would have filled out. You're going to have cancer problems later on as you get older because it's a cumulative. This is known. They've already told you now. This causes cancer because that ink, that goes into your lymph nodes. So it's going to fuck up your lymphic system, right? So that ink is going into your goddamn body. That's all on your arms. I don't know how you didn't think that all that ink on your body wasn't going to bleed into your goddamn nervous system. So it's going to start messing with your lymphatic system, right? Causing cancer, all those other problems as you get older. Because you know why who did that? The CIA. Neck, all on your head, all up and down your fucking arm. You look silly and debaucherous as you slowly die. Because that's going to your lymphatic system as that ink bleeds into your body. It seemed to me, and this is Joe again, you had critical thinking skills to say, well,
you're breaking. We are losing you. We can't hear you.
Come on, I'm listening. Oh, shit.
We can't hear you clearly.
What they doing in 1991 when rock fell off the face of the earth and rap exploded for the next 30 years. Because then in 2025, when Doge cuts hit, and for the first time in 30 years, rap disappeared from the top 40. Obvious. 2 years in a row. The Billboard numbers confirm it. You can look it up. So I'm sitting here thinking, what does this actually mean going forward? Because if the funding is gone, the counter funding is gone too. And now we know that people with no talent, how they got famous. The machine that was deciding who gets pushed and who gets buried.
Exactly. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hear me now? So this is what exactly we got all these. Now you tell Joe, these people ain't got talent. What you mean, kid? All these non-talented hacks with this horrible rap who can't fucking rap. You know, Cardi B saying good things. He's a horrible rapper. Shit. People couldn't get a damn career 30 years ago. this horrible ass rap they talking about. Nicki Minaj and all these other people. Drake, who's garbage. Because the system picked winners and losers, and it was to dirty your culture up. So like I said, all the conscious rap, as we were talking about, Jibber Jab was saying, all the ex-clans and people actually talking about fighting the system and loving our women and loving our children, that went off the airways. It became fuck a bitch, fuck a hoe, no, you gotta go, smoking and drugs, drink my 40, drink my Sherm and Molly's and all that. Everything's about drinking and popping pills, getting high. Now, what is this shit? Everything's about getting high. No balance. It's all just scamming, getting money, steal money. I got money. What is this garbage? It doesn't. Music is supposed to affect the times you live in. Say something about the times that you find yourself in. That's what music is supposed to do. It's supposed to move you and benefit you for the times that you live in. It's supposed to arise some consciousness in you and move your soul to create certain actions. Now, none of this filth you're listening to, I'm about spin that shit. Hey, I scamming, where all my scamming niggas at? What's that gonna move you to do? Huh? When you're getting depressed and shot in the head. Where's all my scamming niggas at? Like, what is this garbage? What is this filth? And like I said, also, it makes you what? Ready to build the business. Most of the prisons in America are becoming what? Privatized. So that gets the moron, the little kid who's looking at this filth and listening to it, to want to commit crimes and be a scamming ass nigga. And so they lock his ass up. And now the private prison system got free labor for 20 and 25 years and making money out of tax dollars and the prison labor that he's doing. Ain't that, this how diabolical, how deep this goes. And so there's no more allegedly, no more conspiracy theories. We know this is a fact. It's how that this country works to destroy black people. It works to destroy our ass. So you want to talk you're American and God bless America and all that goofy shit? You're a coon. Go ahead, Joe.
So does that mean a kid with a guitar who actually knows how to play has a real shot now? Does that mean a rapper who can actually write, who doesn't need a synthesizer doing all the work?
I doubt it. I doubt they own all the radio stations still too, even though you know it now. They still own all the music ways of getting the music out to you. So no. It means music is dead. That's why music has already died. That's why they say there's no money in it. They destroy music so much that you can't even make any money in it. All these people in music are broke. Broke. The ones that are not broke are going broke. Okay? If you're not broke now, your ass going broke. So, and that's why, you know, if you look like Joe, we said, at least if you're a critical thinker, it's not about the generation. You could know this music is terrible. Why is the music so bad? Why they don't say nothing? And you say something's going on. Because now I told you I could go back in the 70s, that was not my generation. They're like, wow, this music is really good. Instrumentally, as good as the bands were, so this music is awesome. We don't got nothing like this today. And what's the disconnect? What happened? And if you're critical thinking, you're like, something happened. Because don't shit happen by accident. Go ahead, Joe.
Never there to let him in anyway. I think that's exactly what this means. This is a massive opportunity. Think about Woodstock for a second and how Bob Dylan stood there in front of 500,000 people, just a man and his guitar and something real to say. And the whole country felt it together. And that wasn't funded by a government agency. That wasn't a training program for CIA. That was real. And people showed up for it. We used to do stuff like that as a nation. You remember? We used to make things and mean them and gather around to support the people who were involved. And somewhere in the last 30 to 40 years, that got awfully quiet. Look, what we're building at TAB, it's not just about who sits in your county commissioner seat. It's about getting back every piece of this country that got handed to somebody else trying to leverage it. The music, the culture, the feeling that this place actually belongs to the citizens. That feeling, it's still there. I actually felt it on the 4th of July pretty heavily.
I did.
Okay, we have this one. I'm gonna
We were just talking about this. So Nolan Xavier Well.
and then we drop it
Now he's
down.
gonna, yeah, he wrapped up with this. Now he's gonna tell the story. What happened to him? And the funny part about it, they almost got his ass. He got saved, but he said it happened to him a couple times. It means he didn't even learn from this experience of being with all white folks. But listen what he said. Because they right. He's right. They were gonna let his ass die. Same thing they did with Zoe's stupid ass. They were gonna let Zoe ass die out there. Go ahead, Joey.
The young black kid. I know this, and a lot of other black women and men that have been in white spaces for a long time, whether it was from their teen years to adult years. Mine was both teen and adult up until 35. Well, 45, but 35 where I have my fucking examples. So, yo, I'm in Philadelphia. Now, I told the story on my last video, but because I put food in the front, I don't know if people like waited for the whole video because it's, you know, I'm long-winded. So here's the deal. So I'm in Philadelphia. I'm a Temple University dropout. And I became friends with these kids that
I'm not a dropout.
One of their dads co-owned Liberty Place. And Liberty Place is a building at 17th and Chestnut in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And so his mom and pop, had a few houses in the Rittenhouse Square area and a building. So they invite me to a birthday kind of celebration for Labor Day for one of their friends. It's going to be rooftop, adult beverages, brewskis, grilling, all that. They knew I cooked. So I
don't drink. So you can't get me to go along with these folks. I don't drink. So you can't get me with no brewskis. You can't get me with none of these alcoholic beverages. Especially around them. I don't drink. So they never could get Keith, man, you want to go nothing. You don't think that. That's it.
Top. It's about, I don't know, 15 of us. There's only 2 white women. This is for context. The rest are white men. I'm the only black person. I'm 23 years old. I'm 23 years old in Philadelphia. Labor Day weekend.
And stupid.
Yo, I'm gonna just cut right to it. After about 3 hours, we're having fun. They say, listen, we might go to the Copa. The Copa's at 4th and South Streets in Philadelphia, on South Street. It's a very popular street in Philadelphia, South Street. Now remember, these kids are generally rich and the other kids are wealthy because their dad co-owns Liberty Place. It's a 30-story building. I think it's 32 stories in Philadelphia. And so the men say, the young men say, yo, we're not going yet, but we're gonna go downstairs real quick, Brian. You can chill up here. Like, well, I'm gonna get dressed. They're like, no, we're not going yet.
Now pause it. Let me say something. Pause it. If you guys know Philadelphia, it's full of big ass row houses. So obviously they had them on top of the roof. Right? So they had his ass on top of the roof when you have, it's like Africa got that shit too, but a little bit higher in Philly, right? Them big ass houses high up. So you party, so on top of the roof, you have a place where you can party and barbecue. That's what I love about them Kenyan houses. They got to sit on top too, like a patio up on top of the roof. That's what they had in Philadelphia. He's on top of the roof. Go ahead, Joby.
And I'm left on the rooftop.
Yeah.
Now, there's the coolers and all that, and it's a place to use the bathroom. But after an hour, I try the door. I'm knocking on the door. Nobody. Nothing. I'm like, okay, calm down. I'm like, I'm sweating. Calm down. Don't overreact. They probably locked the door by accident.
Yeah. Okay.
Turns out, 3.5 hours later, I see a guy working on another rooftop, right? I'm like, can you bring the ladder over? He starts bringing the ladder over. There's a 72-year-old, maybe 75-year-old white man and white woman that live next door in Rittenhouse Square. This is Rittenhouse Square in Philadelphia. They're like, how did you get up there? You don't know these people. I'm like, no, Gregory, they call him Greg. We were having a party. I'm the only one left up here. They locked the door by accident. I'm trying to get down. I've been up here for 3.5 hours. I'm calling the police. I said, please do that. I said, but knock on the door and you'll know my name is Brian. Yo, listen to me. Hold on for a second. Hold on. They said, nope, I don't believe you. I said, just go and knock on the door. So I knocked on the door. They're like, there's no one there. They came back over and I'm still like yelling down like, no, they're there. And so he let the young man let me down on the ladder. And now I'm face to face with them on the street in Rittenhouse Square. And he's like, what's your name again? I said, here's my full name. Call the police. Okay, well, they have another house. I'm gonna walk down there. So I'm sitting on the porch, like the front steps. He says, they're down the street. He said, what happened? How do you not know that? I go down the street. I'm angry, but I'm like, maybe they just forgot, right? And it was by accident. So they're laughing. Everybody, the same guys now, it's like 9 women and everybody's white but me. They're like, how did you get out of there? Did you jump on another rooftop? And I'm like, I'm 23 though. I'm like, okay. I don't really know how to take this. I don't know that they were setting me up. See, what I discovered, and this was my second bout with, I call it hunting. So basically, rich and wealthy white men and women, if you're the token black person in their group, it's hunting season. You are the one that's being hunted. And they do shit to you on purpose to test you, to see, like, you know, because black people can't swim, they say, and black people can't read a map, you know, so, and can't handle real life situations. I'm like, I graduated from the ghetto university with honors, motherfucker. With honors. It's better than graduating from Wharton business school, okay? Hold on for a second. Hold on. Someone's at the... Because see, yes, I'm in all these white spaces, but I'm from the gutter. I'm from Petworth, the 70s Petworth, Northwest DC, 1 mile north of Howard University. So, oh no, I graduated with honors. Do you understand me? So no, a black man or woman, we're gonna make our way out. We're gonna find a way out. You ain't gonna trap us. But still, I still didn't think that they meant me any malice though. So I'm like, yo, like, so I'm still at the next party. And the guy gives me the key to go get my stuff from the house where I was stranded. I didn't know though that they were setting me up. I was supposed to die up there. You understand me? They were laughing. And they even said to me, how'd you get out? How'd you get back down? And the one dude, he was more of like a softer side of all of the guys. He was like, yeah, they locked the door, man. It was just a practical joke. They didn't mean anything. They just wanted to see how you could get down. Did you jump on another rooftop? I said, no. The white folks next door almost called the police on me. He was like, oh, damn. It was just a joke, though, Brian. It was just a joke. I was supposed to die up there. Like, a lot of these kids that have token black friends, they leave them and do shit to them for sport. It's for sport. And I have 2 more fucking stories about this shit. One from Crested Butte and one when I was at Dorney Park in Philadelphia. It's a water park. Yeah. Yo, they do this shit for sport. I'm telling you right now, I know when other black people, woman or man, see this, they'll be like, you know what? I never thought about it that way. It's for sport. Like, it's like hunting season. And we are the deer or the wolf or whatever, or the rabbit. You understand? It's crazy. So Nolan Xavier Wells, that's what they did to him. But
That's crazy. That's super, super crazy. But we're going to wrap it up there. Family, that has been our time for today. Keith should be able to bring you guys conversation, like he said or promised, during the weekend, and I hope he does so. But as we wrap it up, I see Robin Ali was saying, and with the recent attempted drowning of the black boy with his white friends in a Florida lake. Yeah, I think I showed that on Wednesday. I think I showed that. That was the same thing. We was being forced to swim. Yeah. And unless I'm wrong, Robin, you can correct me. And says, I remember them 2 gay women. Ricky Karibu says, I still don't have a remorse for Nolan families. I've seen them on an interview. I think we'll pick it up from there next week if the conversations, and of course, based on how the case will be handled, we'll pick it up from there. But that has been, he didn't break the glass. Not sure, but anyway, much love, family. Have yourselves a beautiful weekend. I don't know where Keith has gone to, but that has been our time. And I hope your week has been fantastic and wishing you a beautiful weekend. Whatever you're doing, have fun, be safe. Yeah, because for me, I'm gonna have fun. For real, for real. I'm gonna have fun. No cap. I'm gonna have fun. Last weekend I was outside. So this weekend I'm looking forward to so many activities. I think I should be going driving tomorrow with Dimore again. Yeah, it's really exciting. You know, I love this for me. I love this for us. I love everything. Literally, it's just super, super amazing, you know. And this is a reminder, be patient, be loyal in everything you do. I guess that's what I'm learning in every day in my career and everything that I'm doing. Be patient, be loyal, be someone who you can be accounted on or counted on, you know, both ways, whatever works for you. But yeah, have a beautiful weekend. See you on Monday, same time, same place. And of course, I hope Shmani is gonna be feeling well, way better. And I hope to see her next week. I was just talking to her when we were doing our show, and she said that she was diagnosed. No, they figured out. Yeah, they figured out that she had typhoid. So, personally, of course, being a patient of, not being a patient, but being a victim of typhoid. I remember when I was in high school, typhoid used to attack me a lot, and especially typhoid. Yeah, high school, primary. I used to be diagnosed most of the times with typhoid. I don't know how and why, but mostly typhoid, of course, is because of maybe the food you're eating or water, which if it's the food, of course, it's been washed with dirty water. That's what mostly contributes to typhoid. For me, it used to be like coming on and off every time. So it was really, really crazy. But yeah, that is why we're going to wrap up our today's conversation. Mr. Blackout Fire, with your bad internet and your Obama phone. You know, it's bad. It's bad, bad.
My internet's bad, guys. I'm in Houston. I don't know what's going on. I ain't got no Obama phone. That's jokey ass. Obama phone. much love, family. I see everybody this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. All right. I'm probably gonna come back and just do a show earlier, talking about 3 shows this weekend. So much love, family. Everybody have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend. Yeah, have a good weekend. And see you guys next week. And yeah, much love, peace, and we're out.